Hello everybody, Ryan Carpenter here with No BS Golf, presented to you by P45 Knuckle Down Golf. Hope everybody having a good week. Got a little bit of stormy day. Perfect day. Let's get indoors. Let's get some fixing going on. Let's get some developing going on. Look, make it short and simple today. Heading up to www.thegolfpub.com, partner with them. And, my partnership with them is important because it's the best environment. And that's hard to explain unless you come on down and learn something. So sign up for the evaluation lesson. It is free currently, and we'll get you to understand what's going on. I'm actually using a fun device today, doing some testing, some more, and it's called Hack Motion Golf, and it's a fun little wrist device. Anyways, gonna be working on that down there this morning. Hit me up, send me a message if you want to come down and chat, test something out, whatever. You name it, let's do it. So, but yeah, definitely zooming through the week. Had a fun night last night watching the juniors at Operation 36 up there at the old HLCC. And, that's always a good time because they're learning, they're trying, and it's a good way to get them active, playing golf with some of their friends. And nothing more important than that. As these kiddos start to reach the age, kind of 7 to 12 range in there, having friends playing golf, nothing more important than that. I'll tell you that right now. Most of them go off, start playing baseball and football and stuff, and all of a sudden, a lot of them juniors quit because their friends ain't playing no more. So, love seeing that. Always a good time. Hot. Man, it's got hot down here. I tell you what, that's the other reason for the pub. It's brutal. You get where you're trying hard, and after a while it's just sweating and hot and humid, and it's not enjoyable. That's just flat out the plain truth about it. It's just not enjoyable. And I love winter here, and everybody hates it. It blows my brain, but whatever. It is what it is. So I was up, I spent all night on the old Twitter and the YouTubing, and I'll tell you what, it seems like I really don't know how to describe it. I don't know if it just plain comes down to there's a handful behind the scenes trying to just hold on to dear life for what they had from the past and the PGA Tour, and I don't know. We got 2 tournaments kicking off this morning, and all we can hear about at this stage is how there's infighting, I guess, and I don't know who the hell knows what's true. It's they say that Tiger and others told Rory to take a hike. They didn't want him coming back, and then others within the policy board, and so on and so forth. Basically what it comes down to, it sounds like ain't nobody agree on nothing, and there's for sure no deal coming down the pipe. So for those holding out for that, I'm afraid that ain't gonna happen. And then Liv went off and hired some Pepsi executive marketer guy, and it's just I don't know. I'm happy the PGA Championship stepped up. I think honestly they just flat out saw the writing on the wall and said, you know what, I just want people. We just want people. We want the players. Regardless of where they're coming from, we want good players. So. And it's one of those where this week, I honestly don't. I know why they do it. I don't agree with it personally. But there's like 20 spots being taken up by fellow working pros, and I get it. It's a cool dream to chase after. I don't agree. If you're going to play professional golf, play professional golf. Stop working. Stop doing the other side of it. Those of us over here working our tails off on the teaching end of this stuff, or the club pro end, or the club fitting part, or the working stiffs of the business. Whatever. I understand, and there's arguments for it, and I get it, and it's cool, and it's a dream, and it's a blah 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 blah. Fine, but I just don't agree. I think those players that are working their tails off out there all year round, year after year, grinding. The guy that had all his stuff stuffed in the back of a wagon last week and went off and played and had a great round and then stuffed it all back in the back of a wagon again. those guys are earning it, in my opinion. So I'd much rather give those 20 spots out to fellows like that. So, anyways, it is what it is. But they did decide that there's some players out there that flat out play good golf. And in the long run, isn't that what it should be? Shouldn't it be just about playing the game? And we all know there's lots of forms. There's lots of ways to play this game and still play the game, but you got to hit the shots. You got to execute. You got to make the putts, right? I mean, it don't matter what format it's in my opinion. For the most part, I mean, you start to get into like scrambles. Yeah, okay, now we're in a whole different zone, So let's just put aside all stroke events, right, where you're getting strokes based off your cap. Forget about that stuff. That's a whole different ballgame. Where you're actually playing competitively for score with full rules and enforcements. And it's no holds bar. Like, you make a mistake, you're going to get crushed for it. Period, the end. Strokes gained against, blah, 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 So I think we can all agree that we can see good players when we see good players, regardless of, you got biased. Oh, I don't like this. No, I don't like that. Fine, whatever. There's bias on both sides of the coin right now. People that don't like the tour no more, whatever. Probably never did, to be honest. Some of them just didn't have much of a pot to piss in. So, period, the end. This global thing's on the rise, and they're not, they've come out and said it themselves. First of all, they've been saying it for 2 years. Nobody's been listening, but whatever. But players at the majors is by far the most important thing, and I love to see what's happening there. So, hopefully we have a great week next week. We got this kind of interesting, this Myrtle Beach thing that popped up this year as an alt event. Might have to check it out at some point. Not too far up the road. Kind of excited to see that. Quail Hollows. It is what it is. It's a good warm up event for the major. So, longest golf balls. I think this was like from the old friends at the Golf Spy, like always doing pretty good stuff. No surprise. You put ball in the machine, tune up the machine, have it whack away at high speed. I mean, what are we talking about here? How many even tour pros can achieve 150 miles per hour, first of all? Not that many, okay? It's not as many as people think. It's certainly not as many as people think, especially when they're in play. Go to range where you ain't got to worry about where it's going, or these long drive dudes that are like, oh, I hit it 400 and I don't care. You can't go play competitive golf like that. I mean, you can try, but you're going to get your butt kicked, so whatever. Anyways, the point is, no matter what, if you look at this list, and I don't know what they said, between longest and shortest, and I mean, they're testing like 65 balls or some craziness, so yeah, there's some real crap balls at the bottom. I don't care about those. The ones that most y'all are buying, well, some, I mean, look at this, Vice, LA Golf, PXG's got a ball. I honestly didn't know that. Mizuno. I mean, everybody's in the ball business now. Srixon, of course, the regulars, Callaway, Titleist, so on and so forth. But the point is, it's no different than the damn equipment. The balls have been limited by the USGA. And the USGA said, no more. Stop it. Stop it. They've already, now they want to roll back even further. Like, whatever. But the point is that 343 to 348. There's your top 10 roughly, right? Almost no difference. And certainly not going to be any damn difference for most y'all, because clubhead speeds are way below this, first of all. And so, what are we talking about here? Most people are not gaining anything from this. It's not even important data, to be honest. I mean, if anything, you might go save a hell of a lot of money by going playing LA Golf or Vice or Srixon maybe, versus that Pro V, because that Pro V is kind of cool and it's great and all, but you might find that with your skill level, I'll be honest, I pretty much look at people and I say, look, your skills around the green are either great or they suck, and if they suck, don't pay for the Pro V1. No BS here, folks. I mean, everything's marketed to make $1, right? And that's fine, because that's how it is. But most of y'all aren't going to get the distance effect from Pro V. You're not good enough. You don't have the swing speed. Second, if you don't know how to spin it around the greens, Which, shoot, I know how to. In halftime, I don't get what I want out of it. So it's an expensive ball that's not necessarily going to give you, especially what they promise, all this massive distance. Vice to at the bottom to Pro V1X. First of all, none of y'all have access to left dash anyway, so it really doesn't matter. 2 yards. Come on, stop it. 2 yards. Come on. Get out of here with that crap. 343, 348 though. 5 yards. 5 damn yards. 5 yards on average ain't gonna make a bit of damn difference in none of y'all's games. So, try some of these other balls. What I'm telling you. And as long as you can get the performance around the greens, which I would much prefer by far, than off that dang tee. And really, honestly, for most of y'all, you're playing the wrong set of tees anyways, which is a whole nother ball game. Tees should be determined by one thing and one thing only: handicap. All the way at the back, +5 to 0, maybe +5 to like 2 range, 3 range, 4, maybe 5, but that'd be it. Yeah, we got 20 freaking handicappers going all the way back. Just insanity. Next set of tees, whatever, 5 to 10, let's just say, just for the sake of it, maybe 5 to 15, depending on the course. And those guys are still going to say, I should play back. No, you shouldn't. No. It doesn't match ability. That's what it comes down to. And most of them don't know, because you ask them, well, what are your stats? What are your percentages? What are your misses? What are your hits? They don't know. I don't know. They're using a couple of shots here and there as their base point for understanding their game, which doesn't tell you nothing. You got to have a heck of a lot more information than anyone playing PGA, DFS, outright betting, prop betting, you name it, knows better than that. You're going to look at the whole gamut of data. What was strengths, 20 different strength gain, stats telling us what's really happening with a player. They're really good at approach shots from 170, 50 yards, and they're really terrible at approach shots from 100, which is bizarre, but it does happen. Like a Colin Morikawa type player. I mean, it's just, for whatever reason, that long ball into a green just happened to be a strength, and then just can't put the dang putter on the ball for whatever reason. So that tells us something about a player. Where the hell's your stats, people? That's right, you don't have them. You can't even go to the apps that they offer and get the good stats. First of all, they wanted to sell you on the crap that greens and reg. I had 18 greens in regulation today, and that's a pretty good stat. Yeah, what'd you shoot? Well, 104. How many putts you have? 43. Good God, you 4-putted every green? What is going on out there? And so 18 greens in regulation don't mean a damn thing. I hit 12 fairways today. And what was your score there, John boy? 99. What the hell happened from the fairway into the green, John boy? What was going on, man? I lost 10 balls. No. So your fairways don't mean a damn thing if you don't understand your strengths and weaknesses around the entire course, or how to play the course for that matter. So there's all kinds of things that have to be learned, figured out, discovered, measured, understood if you're ever going to get any much better at this damn game. So I got a custom stat sheet that I have for my students that when it's the right time, we start statting it out, okay? And tomorrow, I think tomorrow we're going to start, with some short game players. We're going to start measuring with using basically the old 20 years ago, the old Athlon Sports Red Zone Challenge, kind of measurements, and get some basic caps in place and start figuring this stuff out for some people. So you got to know, you got to test, you got to find out, you got to be able to answer the questions, you got to be able to measure it, got to be able to know, or you're never going to find out, what you're good at, what you're not. So anyways, that's another tangent there. And that's why the ball don't really matter. These ball tests are fun and great, and they're fancy, and they give you stats and data. But we're talking about a machine at 150 miles per hour dialed in. Get out of here with this 348 BS. That is not a regular basis, not even at the tour level. Tour level, I think the top guy was still, 309 or something. So that means, Maybe one time at the Masters on the perfect day, under the perfect conditions, with the perfect shot, blah, 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 he hit it 379. That number didn't even get baked into the equation because it's so out on the end of the bell curve. It's not even part of the data because it's not regular. It's not consistent. Get out of here. 355. Rory, 355 yard drive to pin high. Like, who cares? Again, this is not the regular. This is the unusual shots. So, while they can get it up there, it's not the norm. It's not the norm average by any stretch. And beyond that, there's guys out there playing at the tour level. Well, not as many, but at the tour level, they're only like 275, 280. So, yes, most of them are higher than that now. That's fine. So, anyways, where you at, people? I need some responses here. Go down below. Leave the comments. Ask the questions. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to hear? There's all kinds of stuff going on in the golf world right now. My gosh. This says Tiger Woods, lone player on tour, negotiating committee with Saudis, according to the AP. So, good luck, Tiger. It's in your hands, I guess. I don't know what the hell's going on there, and I don't really care, to be honest, anymore. And so, yeah, let's get to fixing. Let's get to figuring out. As always, I am partnered with www.thegolfpub.com here in Central Georgia. Come see me. I keep running into a lot of people and I'm having a lot of conversation about different things, and they're like, well, I never heard of that. And I'm like, I got you. Yes. My background is pretty simple for the most part. A big, huge portion of it, not all of it, there's a lot more to it, but I spent a number of long years at Golf Tech. And if you don't know what it's about, let me come explain it. Come down to meet me and I'll explain it to you. While there are some things I don't like about Golf Tech, there are way more things that I was able to do there. Me. Not necessarily everybody. That were very important. And it's what allowed me to help players go from shooting 100 to shooting 65, from shooting 90 to shooting 72, from shooting 95 to shooting 80, whatever it was. Major changes, major differences, and that's what I want to work with and I'm looking for, folks. We want to see you play not just better, but significant golf, significant change. Just blow the doors off the joint when you come out next spring, just ready to rock and roll. So I can help you with that. I've done it with hundreds of folks. I'm trying to get Trey on here, another fella. I put Reagan was on there, so go back and find the interview with Reagan. Go back and look at their evaluation lesson. That we have an idea what this is all about. So, as always, leave comments, questions, remarks. I don't care, whatever it is. Just make sure it's about golf. Outside of that, you can find me on the old Twitter machine, P45KDG. At P45KDG, and then email P45knuckledowngolf@gmail.com. Questions, whatever, just reach out. Please, if you could, do smash the like button, hit the subscribe, and share it. Let some people know what I'm talking about. See what they got to say. I'd love to get some feedback. So, slow process, just like golf. I get it. But for now, that's No BS Golf. Ryan Carpenter, presented by P45 Knuckle Down Golf. Hope everybody has a good day. Take care.